So how's it going? Modular construction. So I thought I'd do a real quick video. This is not going to be a totally detailed video, but modular construction is probably the easiest way to do a construction on a home and to stay within a budget that you can afford, and to also get the value of the home if you already own the land with the equity without a whole lot of extra out-of-pocket cost. So I'm going to go through some really quick things just so you try to get your ducks in a row, and feel free to give me a shout. I would be more than happy to give you some additional information, but here we go. So what are the costs covered in a new construction loan? The land value. So if you already own the land, you're already entitled to the land, and you have a lien on that land, the first disbursement of the construction loan will be to pay off the land. There are soft costs included, which could be if you decide you're doing a modular home with a basement, finished basement or something, you may have some engineering cost or architectural costs to include for all those extra things that you're going to add to the home. Fortunately, with a modular home construction, the whole home, the completion of the home and everything with the set of the home is all included in one price and is done by one approved vendor that we've already, if you're calling based on Ozark Homes, we've already got them approved as a vendor. The hard cost would be any tangible cost associated with the actual construction of the home, including materials and labor, and any additions such as a garage or an outbuilding or any of those other things would be considered a hard cost. Also including a well if you need it, a septic if you need it, any connection fees to water, sewer if you need it, connecting to electricity, taking care of all those details. Then the total cost, or the sum of all the costs added together. The maximum loan amount that we will determine if you own the land and you've been entitled to that land for at least a day, the maximum loan amount will be based upon the market value of that home once the home is set, completed, and basically you can move in the home. What the value of that home is in order to, if you were to turn around and sell it to somebody else. That's the valuation we'll go off of, and we will loan up to 80% of that improved value. So you're able to get the equity of the land if you're entitled to that land with the improvements that are made upon the land. So how does the construction loan process work? Basically, you start compiling the numbers. With a modular home, that's pretty simple. You're given a long form spreadsheet thing with numbers listed out on what extras you want in the home, what the actual home cost, what the delivery of the home is, what the setup cost of the home is, and any customizations that you're making on the home, what those costs are. You'll get it all in one number for the completion of the home itself. The construction contract on a modular home is pretty much just done with the dealership that you're working with that is going to get the home for you. And then you'll fill out a construction worksheet that estimates the other hard costs, such as wells, septic, excavation, concrete, all those other various hard costs. We'll get an itemized list and bids from the individual vendors that are going to be handling those pieces of the project. Each one of those vendors, we will get a builder profile on, so that we make sure that they have a valid tax ID number. Any licensing that may or may not be required, we get proof if it is required that they do have that specific qualification, and then we will be able to pay them directly. So how do they get paid? Well, basically we pay them through the construction loan. It's a pretty easy process. The vendor will fill out an ACH debit agreement where we will wire the money directly to them once that piece has been completed, and our own renovation construction department will validate the information and make sure that you've signed off on it, and then we will wire the money directly into the contractor's account, typically within 48 hours of the request being made. The final draw is to come out at the very end once the house is completed. The home, if we're doing a modular home, the home is paid for in full the day it's delivered to the site. Construction timeline, that's something you can discuss with your dealership. Typically, it takes you more time to get the site ready for the home than it does for the home to be constructed itself. And then you just basically move in. Process is pretty simple. I'd love to help you out if you got some more questions. Most all the dealerships that I already have a relationship with already have the proper contact information for me if you want to get with me and go over a specific plan. And I don't mind discussing, what you need to do in the future, even if you're 6 months or a year out. I like people that are prepared. It's a lot easier to deal with people that are prepared than people who have already started pulling the trigger and are not necessarily prepared for the whole construction loan process. Anyway, hope that helps a little bit. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thank you. Bye.